Well, it's 5 o'clock right here in the studio already. We've fast forwarded through Friday. I don't like to wish away time, but for this, it might be worth it. We're getting an early start, an early toast as we step one step closer to the weekend. We said we were going to read it backwards, didn't we?
That's right, exactly.
Virginia Whiskey Ambassador Will Reed is here with 3 fall-inspired signature cocktails. We welcome him to Virginia this morning. I'm excited. Let's jump right in.
All right, yeah. So we're an American single malt distillery located 30 miles south of Charlottesville in beautiful town of Livingston. And we do American single malt. So we'll start off, this is our flagship. We'll start off with a little bit of that. We're gonna jump in.
This is a great flavor of the season on the rise.
Absolutely,
fall, isn't it?
absolutely. So no better way to have a fall cocktail than with a little apple cider. So this is equal parts apple cider and lemon juice.
Yum.
And then we're gonna top it with a little cinnamon simple syrup.
I love this, and they've shared the recipe with us, so we'll post that on our site. The cinnamon, it was like a cinnamon brown sugar simple syrup. Yum.
Exactly.
And then that's it. Oh,
enjoy.
Hey, we said we were starting early.
That's
I guess.
right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'll just let you do the rest of the talking,
All
and
right.
I'll do a little quality control.
So you can do a lot with the whiskey. It's really easy. Buy a bottle at your local ABC store. This is a Virginia Highland malt. It's good, a little strong.
It's great. It's great.
Good, perfect.
How long has Virginia Distillery Company been operating?
So we've been around for several years. We are actually just released this bottle about a year and a half ago. So this is our Virginia Highland malt, which starts out in the Highlands of Scotland and finishes in Virginia port wine casks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you get a
Okay.
really nice sweet finish to it.
Best of both worlds.
Absolutely,
I like
exactly.
it. That's delicious.
Excellent. So
Absolutely
then we're going to
delicious.
do an infusion. So we do a toasted walnut and vanilla bean infusion. So what we do is toast about a half cup of walnuts for 10 minutes on 350 in your oven.
Okay. So you
Flip
can do
them
this
over.
at home.
You can do this at home.
Try it with the whiskey and then infuse at home.
Absolutely. So halfway through, flip them over. Then you're going to cut a couple of vanilla beans, throw them in a big mason jar with a bottle of VHM, and let it sit for 2 to 3 days. And then you can start making your cherry walnut old fashioned, which we'll
Which we're
do
gonna
over
start
here.
on
Yeah.
now. What rock have I been living under? That
Yeah.
I knew about maybe infused vodka flavors, but I hadn't really thought about doing that with whiskey.
It's an exciting new world.
It is. I gotta get out more often.
Absolutely. Excuse me, I'm gonna
Okay.
grab over here. So then we're gonna add a little Aztec chocolate bitters.
Chocolate bitters.
Oh yes, very delicious.
Well, we gotta have you back more often. I'm learning
Hey.
all sorts of stuff over here.
Put in a residency. I like it.
We're
gonna muddle up.
instead of a house band, we'll just have a house whiskey.
I like it. So we're gonna muddle up the Luxardo cherry.
Okay.
We're gonna add a little cherry juice on top of that.
What kind of cherry is that again?
Luxardo cherries from Italy.
Oh.
Fancy stuff here.
Okay.
Only the best for you guys.
Nothing but the best. Are these like candied, or is there something happening there? They look like they have some syrup.
Yes, a delicious syrup. So then we're gonna top that off
I have to. I don't
with our infused, and then a little ice.
Okay. And then that's it.
And that is it. And then we can plop a cherry on top just for having a little more of that delicious Luxardo.
Scoop one in here so I can get that a little.
Oh yeah.
See what this is all about. I do this with
There you
Pearl
go.
at home. Tell me what it tastes like. So they are kind of. That's a whole new world.
Right?
Yes.
All
And
right.
so this is the cherry walnut old fashioned. Why does the cherry work so well with the whiskey?
It's got that nice sweetness to it, and since our whiskey is finished in port casks, it's got that nice sweetness to it. So they really like work well together and land in a really nice, delicious, refreshing cocktail.
That's also known as the Troublemaker. That's the
right.
new name that could be. That is delicious, Will. How do you get inspired each year to create these new pairings?
You know, I can have a dessert or any kind of meal and kind of just think what would go really well with this. It's been tradition. My cousin and I used to always, every fall, go pick apples and go home and take a bottle of whiskey, and we'd cut up the apples and make a really nice cider, and we called it Applejack, or lend any kind of whiskey to it. The Virginia Highland malt works really well with it. And that's what inspired a lot of, we do a hot and cold at the distillery. You can come down, do a tour, a tasting. You can have all my little inspirational drinks there at the distillery.
And what a great reason to go out and tour this agritourism that folks are really embracing with this kind of production and distilleries, and going out and tasting. It's a food to table or food to
Absolutely.
glass movement.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, these are fantastic. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great job. They're both super delicious.